Right guys, today's short video is all about how to avoid overcomplicating your training program. We're going to take a look at 3 points, and hopefully by the end of this video you can refer back to these 3 points and hopefully they'll help provide solutions to what you require from your training and how to go about getting it. Having a really clear idea about what physical qualities it is you're trying to improve upon is really crucial, because all your planning, your intensity brackets, the amount of volume you use, the exercises you choose, they all need to be manipulated based on what direction it is you're trying to take your training. So without this clearly defined picture, it's almost like you're training a little bit blindfolded, expecting to stumble across the right results or the right outcomes. So having a clearly defined goal or outcome or physical quality that you're trying to improve for a defined length of time will hopefully allow you to optimize your training towards that. This is instead of having several conflicting outcomes or goals, which will more than likely lead to suboptimal results. So always refer back to that first big question and ask yourself, what is it that I'm trying to achieve with my training, or what physical outcomes am I trying to achieve? So often people seek out the newest or the latest training programs because they feel that's going to give them an edge on results or better results. But the problem is they rarely stick to any program for a sufficient amount of time. Now, trust me on this, more often than not, it's not necessarily your training program that's actually holding you back. More often than not, simplifying things with your training often reveals the answers. So let's take getting stronger for example. Obviously that's quite a generic goal, but getting stronger involves lifting heavy things on a regular basis. It's about doing the minimum it takes to become stronger on a regular basis. It's about selecting the right intensity brackets to work at. So if we're speaking about strength development, we're probably speaking about a minimum threshold of 80% of a 1 rep max. It's about using solid and safe effective form and technique with your lifting. Notice how I said it's about doing the minimum it takes to become stronger. So it's about being able to add tools or more training volume into the equation over time. It's not about starting so high that you haven't got anywhere to go from there. So bottom line, and remember this, is always keep it simple and do the minimum it takes to become stronger or whatever it is you're trying to achieve with your training, so that you can add things in as you go along. Remember, exercises are tools and we need to be picking the right tool to get the job done. So if we're trying to improve our squatting performance, or we're trying to improve our maximum strength in the squat, we have to be squatting. If we want to improve our chin up and pull up performance, we have to be doing chin ups and pull ups. Having said that, compound lifts are great because they involve a lot of musculature and they allow us to lift the heaviest loads, but they need to be prescribed on an individual basis. Remember, there are always alternatives and variations of lift, as well as progressions and regressions, so that you can play around with putting your body into positions where you can handle the most amount of load safely and effectively. Bottom line is though guys, you need to pick the right tools to get the job done based on what it is you're trying to accomplish, what your individual needs are, how your body moves and your own biomechanics, and your level of training experience. So there we have it guys, we've covered 3 points to help you avoid overcomplicating your training program. So just remember, point number 1, what am I trying to accomplish? Point number 2, how can I keep it as simple as possible? And point number 3, what tools or exercises do I need to get the job done? Until next time guys, stay strong